You are now watching M.O.D. Entertainment. Make sure you subscribe and check out the playlist.
I grew up hearing gunshots in the late night. Ghetto bird, police sirens as a mother cries. Just another victim of the Soundbrown genocide. Locals posted locked and loaded, ready to take lives. And when they heard the chief lay, they would duck up out of sight. Like your car when the sundown, it was mission time. You had to stay alert cause bullets always travel blind. We stayed posted, we stayed drinking and we getting high. Marchando down the enemy neighborhood as we ride. Put the hood, put the glife sample, fuck their side. No regrets, but the truth is no peace of mind.
G-File.
Now, starting off right here in Torrance. Yes, Torrance does have neighborhoods, despite on what people say, and even though it may look nice, I've said this plenty of times. You should never judge an area by the way it looks, because looks could deceive. Now, the east side Torrance is the neighborhood that's right here in Torrance. That's the one that's recognized, the most often. You know what I mean? Now, the East Side Torrance neighborhood is located on 223rd Street to Sepulveda to Normandy and Western. So in the middle is what's considered their neighborhood. Their dojo is more on 226th Street, even though they're like 228th Street, 227th Street, 225th, 24th, all that. 226th Street seems to be their main domain, their main dojo. You know what I mean? Where it be cracking at, homie. And the East Side Torrance is an average sized neighborhood. You know what I mean? They're not big, they're not small. They're just average size. They're an average sized neighborhood. Feuding with all the gangs around their area. Seems like they got heavy beef with neighborhoods around there, and even a lot of Crip sets as well. Seems like there's heavy beef and tensions between them, but that's pretty much how it rolls on this side. You know what I mean? That's only because there's so many gangs jam-packed in the area. You're gonna have tensions and beefs and feuds. You know what I mean? This neighborhood is one of the neighborhoods that gives Harbor, Gateway, and the Torrance PD a hard time. You know what I mean? Now, the Barrios colors are blue and black. That's that baby blue. More of the Carolina Panthers. Because their logo, their mascot is the Panthers, because of the whole Mayan and Aztec thing and the animal, you know what I mean? That is, what they use in their graffiti and their tattoos and all that, hence why you see it up a lot like that. And they do have several clicas, from the Pee-wees to the Diablos to the Rascals and all of that, you know what I mean? Well-established neighborhood already right here since the 70s. And they be doing their thing. Also recognized because this is the neighborhood in which the rapper Seven from Hellified Music, this is the neighborhood in which he's from. And he has a lot of good music. I recommend him. You guys go peep him out. The homie could spit, homie. His CDs are always banging. I've never been disappointed when I bought his albums. You know what I mean? But this is his barrio. And he's definitely putting it on the map right there for them. But that's what's up with the East Side Torrance right there. Holding it down for theirs and putting their barrio up on the map right there. Now, right here in the Harbor area, we have one of the oldest gangs. At least that's what I was told. It's one of the most oldest gangs over here in the Harbor area, what I was told. You have Barrio LR, which stands for Barrio La Rana. Now, La Rana has no relations to Cantarana, nor does it have a relations to Frogtown. La Rana, it's its own neighborhood. La Rana, obviously, translating to the frog. You know what I mean? And for the same reason, there was a lot of frogs, down on this side and all of that. At least that's what I was told. Their neighborhood was stretched from Del Amo Boulevard to Crenshaw to Dinker. Was known already as T-Flats and 204th Street's neighborhood, you know what I mean? On Torrance Boulevard and 190th Street is what was known as the La Rana neighborhood. I know it's been gentrified, and now there's like nothing but factories and stuff like that around there. The only thing that's left of the hood is right there where the Del Amo strip is at. You know what I mean? But this was their area, their zone, and they're still around. They're still active. You can find them throughout the area. Like I said, neighborhoods don't really die. They just multiply. They just move to different locations and just spread there. You know what I mean? But still close to their home base. And La Rana seems to be pretty cool with 204th Street. Seems like they got a pretty good relationship. I was told that 204th Street sprung off of La Rana, but I'm not sure, but that's what was said. You know what I mean? But they got a pretty good relationship right there. You know what I mean? And La Rana definitely was with the business. This area before it was a treacherous area. It was known as the ghetto. Where you would see prostitution, drug sale, arms sale, where you would get your throat slit. You know what I mean? This shit was a treacherous area. back then. You feel me? What was their barrio? These guys were not playing before. Now, obviously, they're not as deep as they once were. You don't see them up as much as you used to. But nonetheless, homie, this was their dojo, their domain, where they were established, since I was told, since the 40s and 30s. So that's already going back a long, long time. You feel me? At least that's what I was told. So this neighborhood was definitely with the business, carried themselves in that manner, and still to this day, still be around. They still have members, they still be doing their thing, and they still be representing right there and holding it down for their side. But that's what's up with La Rana right there, representing for their barrio. Now, another neighborhood that you have right here in Torrance that's notorious, you have the barrio 204th Street. 204th Street has already been right here, I was told, since the 70s, 80s, when I was told this neighborhood was established. And this is a notorious gang. They are average sized neighborhood, you know what I mean? More bigger than smaller, but they're a decent sized neighborhood, you know what I mean? They control right here, with an iron fist, you know what I mean? They hold down their block legitly right there on 204th Street. As a matter of fact, they made the news several times. This neighborhood is known for going at it with African American gangs, you know what I mean? It's made the news several times. Now, I know they like to portray them as a racist gang. And I know that's what's said, but it's not racist. It's just beefing with a lot of black neighborhoods. You know what I mean? And there's been a few incidents where things have gone not how they were supposed to go according to plan. Where it seems like they're targeting random black people, but that was not the case. You know what I mean? But the 204th Street gang is, like I said, made the news several times. They are notorious. They be holding it down. These guys ain't no punks, no chumps. You know what I mean? They be active. They still do their thing. You can still find them right there representing theirs and holding it down for their barrio and putting their barrio up on the map, homie. Like I said, these guys ain't no slouches. You know what I mean? They be repping theirs, homie. So that's what's up with that barrio right there, 204th Street. Still putting it on the map and holding it down, you know what I mean? Shout out to the homie suspect from 204th Street, and shout out to all the homies from 204th Street that be doing their thing. Now, right here in Torrance, you also have the barrio TF. Now, TF stands for Tortilla Flats. And I know I already covered the Tortilla Flats on here in Compton, but this Tortilla Flats and that Tortilla Flats are two different neighborhoods. They just have the same name, not the same abbreviation, because Compton Barrio Tortilla Flats, you always see it up as CVTF. That's the neighborhood in which Compton Chapel's from. You guys should check out his music. He gets down. But this is the Harbor area one. You see it up just TF, or you see it up HATF. You know what I mean? But they're two separate neighborhoods, have nothing in common. The Compton Barrio Tortilla Flats is actually older than this one. You know what I mean? This one being around, I was told, since the 70s, 60s, 70s, I was told that it was established. You can find them right there on Torrance Boulevard and Bernardo. Bernardo Avenue is where this neighborhood is located. So through those back ends is where you can find this neighborhood. Also on Budlong and Milton Street is where, they normally be posted at. That's their dojo, their main domain, you know what I mean? Well, we're beyond and cracking, homie. And like I said, they have no connection to the Compton neighborhood. They don't beef it or nothing like that, but they're two different neighborhoods, just same name. And I know this one has to do with the novel, you know what I mean? I know there's another Tortilla Flats in San Diego, and that one also has to do with the novel. Like I said, that novel played an interesting role in a lot of neighborhoods naming themselves Tortilla Flats. It's a common theme with several different neighborhoods, you know what I mean? As a matter of fact, in Torrance, there was actually a restaurant that was named Tortilla Flats because of the novel, but then they changed the name of the restaurant because of the gang right here. You feel me? And now this neighborhood be going at it with all the surrounding barrios around there. You know what I mean? They definitely with the business, going at it, with Torrance and all these other neighborhoods. And these guys ain't no chumps, ain't no suckers, homie. I mean, they may not be as large as the Compton Barrio Tortilla Flats or as old school, but these guys handle their own too and definitely put their barrio on the map. These guys ain't no suckers. And that's what's up with the Harbor area Tortilla Flats gang right there. And here we have a more smaller neighborhood out of the Torrance side. You have Barrio Central Torrance. That's not to be confused with City Terrace, because it's the same abbreviation how they write it, CT13 or CXT13. This is Central Torrance, and Central Torrance is located almost by Torrance High School. You know what I mean? Very small neighborhood.
roughly been around since the 90s, early 90s, I was told. Roughly, like I said, more of a smaller neighborhood. You roughly don't see them up as much, you know what I mean? Or hear about them like you do like the rest of these Torrance neighborhoods. But that doesn't mean that, that these guys are some chumps or some suckers, you know what I mean? They're gonna handle theirs, you know what I mean? I was told that this is roughly like a neighborhood that's roughly about 60 heads, so, you know, roughly more on the smaller side, but they be holding it down right there, putting their vibe on the map and putting, Central Torrance right there and handling business.